The following video has been approved by the Jetty marketing team. The video has been rated Jetty. The following video may not be suitable for all viewers. G'day mate, welcome to Dyson Sphere Program with me, Jetty, and today I want to talk about storage. Because I've been streaming Dyson Sphere over on Twitch, that is twitch.tv/JettyPlays. Links down the bottom, URLs in the bottom left-hand corner, links up the top right-hand corner if you want to catch more of this live. And I've had a lot of people swing by my chat and ask me about storage. Ask me about storage and ask me about stacking. What stacks, what doesn't, and today I want to cover both those questions. What does stack, what doesn't stack, how does it stack, how high do things stack, and at the same time, cover how storage works, because I've had a lot of people confused, let's put it that way. So, first thing we want to do is we want to look at what does stack and what doesn't stack, alright? We have, in our storage tab, we have our storage container Mark 1, I've already got storage container Mark 2s, and we have storage tanks. All of these stack one on top of one another. So I can stack this up higher, that up higher, and the level 2s up higher, and in fact, we might just stack this as high. Hang on, I gotta zoom out a little bit. It's as high as I can stack that particular one. Now, I have done a lot more researches than you might have in your game. Same with liquid storage, the storage tanks. They also stack fairly high. And the last one is actually your research facilities. They stack fairly high as well. What? Go away tutorial tips. Okay. So, you can stack many of these objects fairly high, but you don't always have to. You don't always have to. I've actually been stacking quite a number of storages higher and higher to get a larger buffer. But the other question that comes up often, if we turn on the building icon, is if you insert items into the bottom chest, do they get to the second chest, the third chest, and so on and so forth? And the short answer is yes. If I actually limit this chest by dragging this down to just one tile, and then I have this chest output onto the belt, we're going to see that it doesn't go into the first chest, it actually goes into the second chest. So all these chests are linked. If you have one input, it'll automatically fill the first chest, then the second chest, then the third chest, and so on and so forth. At the same time, if we take one of our sorters and pop it here on the output, you might assume it would take from the bottom. Turns out it doesn't. It actually takes from the topmost chest. So as you can see, I'm actually draining the stone from the top chest back out of the system. So it fills up from the bottom and it removes from the top. So it's something you have to keep in mind. It's not terribly good to have a couple of different items going into your storage. And as you might have noticed, if I get rid of that sorter again and put another one back down. Wrong one. There to there. My preset filters are only set around the very first item in the chest, okay? So as the very first item happens to be iron, and that is the only thing in that bottom chest, that's the only thing I can pre-filter out. If I was to actually set that to, say, copper, and then empty these belts, we can see we can manually set the filtering, but it's a little bit more tedious. So I've actually been specializing my storage, so to speak. At the same time, as you saw before, I could actually lock storage. Now, it does say if you hover over the capacity for automation, it does say one key thing. Okay, so that is that you can install, you can cap a chest basically to as many slots as you want. But if you were to control click your inventory, you can actually move as many items as you want into the locked off position. So if you accidentally picked up too much iron, I can hold down control, left click to move all the iron from my inventory into the storage chest. And as for the output, again, if we grab a sorter and dump it there, the sorter will take from the last slot first, okay? It ignores whether this is capped or not, so it will remove any items from the chest, absolutely ignoring the capping. But if we were to remove that sorter, and the belt slides along, we can see because the chest is capped, it's no longer not going to add more items in. Okay, it's going to stay capped at one slot. So that's basic storage and how to cap storage. And then if we go over here, labs are a little bit, labs are a little bit different. So first off, if you haven't seen it already, you can either have a matrix lab produce science or actually do research, all depending on what you want. If we have this guy just producing science, we can see that it's going to slowly fill up with materials because I'm using very, very slow inserters, and I'm outputting this straight to storage just as an example. But one thing I can do is we can dump another lab on top. And as you can see, this second lab's not actually running because the first lab has to fully buffer up with materials. So it needs to have, I think it's 10? No, it's 20. 20 magnetic coils and 20 circuit boards in both these slots before the second lab will even kick in. So 14, 15, 16, come on, a little bit faster. Do I have any circuit boards? No, I dumped them all into storage. Give me those, give me those. Okay, so now that our first one is completely full, our second one is kicked in, and if I was to dump a third one on top, and we'll manually fill you up. Manually fill you up as well. Okay, I put too much in. Split the stack to 20. I just want to fill this up. And split that stack to 20 as well. And we'll grab some more labs if I didn't dump all my iron in here. As you can see, I have a third lab running, and this is running at 15, 16. It's almost keeping up with our very, very slow inserters to start with. But if we keep adding a few more labs on top, and again, I put 20 in there, and I ran out of circuits. Gimme. Stack of 20 in there as well, so we can manually start that one. We'll see that chances are our inserters are not going to be fast enough to feed a fifth lab. Okay, so this is something else you have to keep in consideration as you stack things higher and higher, especially if they're labs, which is a production item. You may need to upgrade the sorters themselves to make sure the sorters run a lot faster. Same with output. We can see that this, no, that's got 0 in it, that's got 0 in it, that's got 0 in it, that's got 0 in it. If we just artificially top, yeah, my labs stack fairly high. In fact, they actually stack so high that I can't reach them. That one's got components. I need more of those plays and more of those plays. I know, materials are slowly forming up higher and higher. Put that in there, put that in there. As for our output, yeah, we've now got 2, 3, 4 in the bottom machine, because even though I actually have a tier 3 sorter here, so that moves at 6 trips per second per grid compared to the very, very first one you end up with, which is 1.5, it still can't keep up. So you need to start looking at multiple outputs and potentially multiple inputs to keep your system running at full speed. And boy, is that guy going as fast as possible. There we go. It's caught back up. So that is my quick, very simple, very easy tips and tricks on your sorters, how storage works, how capping the different chests, I'm going to keep calling them chests because I've played far too much Factorio, along with stacking your storage fluid tanks as well. What are they actually called? Storage tank, okay, compared to just a storage mark 1 to storage mark 2. Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave this video. As always, if you found this video helpful, by all means, click the like button, share it with a friend, tell me down in the comments what other sort of tutorial videos you'd like to see on Dyson Sphere Project. Just helps me try and work out what videos I should be doing next. At the same time, if you're new here, by all means, click the subscribe button on the way out. With all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, bye.